Richard with Thompson Machine. There's been a lot of talk recently about a couple of keychain suppressors out, like this is a new and wonderful thing. I wanted to remind you guys that we manufacture the Wasp in 22 and 25 ACP. As far as I know, this is currently still the smallest rimfire suppressor on the market at 875 diameter and under 4 inches in length. It's a monocore design with a threadless tube. It's designed primarily as a wet can for micro pistols. We originally designed it for the Bobcat, but it's been a great seller, guys, with TPHs, Walther, PP. And recently we've had a lot of customers that are just hunting with Rugers and various bolt actions and using it as just sort of a moderator to make things more tolerable when squirrel hunting and the like in the woods. So I thought what I'd do today, in light of all these keychain suppressors that exist, is I'd show you our keychain suppressor, the Wasp in 22 long rifle. I'm going to shoot this on a CZ Tacti-cool. They're inexpensive bull barrel factory threaded gun, comes in a Boyd stock. Great gun. It's 455 barrel interchanges, so you can swap this thing over to 22 Magnum, 17 HMR. I think they stopped production on the H2 barrel, but they're still floating around and you can find one. So we're going to shoot the Wasp, 875 diameter, under 4 inches in length, completely dry on this CZ Tacti-cool. The ammo I'm going to use in the first 5 shots is CCI standard velocity, 22 long rifle, about 1070 foot per second. Let's give it a listen. As you can hear, this thing is easily hearing safe. So let's send another 5 rounds of standard velocity, 22 long rifle from CCI downrange. This is 50 round paper pack. About the best all-purpose ammo that I've found. You can hear it's not quite going supersonic in this 22-inch barrel, which is good. You can also hear the Wasp is keeping it entirely hearing safe. Now this can is only 875 diameter, same diameter as the barrel, under 4 inches long, and it's completely dry and it's hearing safe on this rifle. I've tested a couple of the other keychain 22 suppressors out there. They don't hold a candle to this thing's. Let's find a piece of steel. So let's give it a try with this Aguila Super Extra, which is a similar product to the standard velocity. Notice there's a little more deviation with this ammo, especially when we're stretching out to 250, 300 yards. You can kind of call the shots that are going to come in short audibly, and they do splash in about 3-4 foot lower. On the chrono, this Super Extra seems to have about a 50 foot per second extreme spread. It's 47, 48 foot per second, which is not enough to be a big deal when you're shooting sub 100 yards, but when you start stretching your distances to 300 with rimfire, you're already dealing with 20 foot of drop. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's pretty extreme. So the Super Extra seems to be great all-round plinking ammo. It's not as consistent as the standard velocity. I've done a 50 round extreme spread test, and we're running about 47 foot per second extreme spread on this. The CCI is running about 12 to 13 foot per second extreme spread on a 50 round box. What that means is at 300 yards with the standard velocity, rounds that are coming in 10 foot per second slow are going to actually be about a foot low. And with the Aguila, rounds that are coming in 50 foot a second slower than the hottest round are going to be about 3 foot low. If you're shooting sub 100 yards, blasting tin cans in the yard, though, you're never going to notice it. Let's give this Aguila a listen and you guys see what you think. Remember, this is a Wasp at 875 diameter, sub 4 inches in length, completely dry. Now you can hear this ammo is actually going supersonic. So it's not an apples comparison. But over this 5-round mag, you're going to hear a slow one that doesn't quite break the speed of sound. And it's disappointing because this ammo will turn in an 8-round sub half-inch group at 100, and then you'll have 2 rounds that are 1.5 inches low. And you can call them because you can hear it. Other than that, it's phenomenal ammo. It's sub $3 a box. It's relatively clean. It's Ely Prime, so it has that weird sweet smell that, although I like it, I'm sure is dangerous as hell. But let's finish this group up. Here, that one was spicy hot. It's 2 inches higher than the other 2 rounds, which are touching. Another hot one. It's touching the last one. We'll send one more downrange. I'm going to back up. Back it up, back it up, back it up. Good girl. There was the subsonic one I was looking for. So that's the randomness that exists with this ammo. It's not drastically cheaper than the CCI, but it is good ammo for the money. So anyway, this wasn't an actual ammo test. Wasn't a test of the CZ 455. Wasn't showing off the 12 power SWFA scope, which by the way is an incredibly well-made scope. I'm not sure if they're being made in Japan still, but when Tasco was selling these, they were being made in Japan and they were top-notch. I don't see any quality differences in the SWFA, but I do see a few differences in some of the machine work, and the design of the knurled knobs is a little different, turrets a little different. But these are incredible scopes from SWFA. This is a 12 power, 30 millimeter tube. I think it's a 42 millimeter objective. Alright, so let's shoot one more 5-round mag of this CCI. I'll attempt not to prattle on during the whole 5-round mag so we can hear these back to back, and then we'll jump over, shoot another 5 of Aguila without me yapping. So let's go. 5 rounds, CCI standard velocity. Would be nice if CZ'd roll out a tactical bolt handle, but so anyway, there's 5 rounds of CCI standard velocity, fired rather rapidly. I can see that's about a 1-inch group at 100. Thanks to these great optics from SWFA, it's crystal clear and I can see my hits at a hundo. Okay. 5 more rounds, Aguila Super Extra. Take a listen. Wasp, 875 diameter, under 4 inches in length, completely dry, and hearing safe. Alright, so as you can hear, that was 5 rounds of the Aguila Super Extra. And you can hear a difference. Some of them were supersonic, some were not. They're all pretty close, but as I mentioned earlier, about a 50 foot per second extreme spread on the Super Extra, around 11 or 12 foot per second extreme spread on the CCI standard velocity. But more importantly, what we've learned is that the Wasp at 875 diameter, sub 4 inches in length, is an awesome little keychain suppressor, monocore, 3 pieces in total, threadless tube, and is hearing safe on a rifle. Completely dry.
Let me know what it is to be. Give it back to the real MC. Fucking monkey that wanna be. What the hell am I doing now? When I raps and